Hi everyone, tonight's Provost Corner is brought to you by Marilee Hall and Todd Wente. The topics we're planning on covering tonight include an update on our sabbatical policy, some items connected to our 2019 FDP plans, and a new PD 363 metrics for student achievement outcomes. So to update you on PD 366 sabbaticals, we are still in process with the submission through Workday. We understand we are a little behind deadline to allow you to submit for Mod 5. As an interim solution, we will have a DocuSign form available to roll out to you by Monday. Our 2018 plans were audited recently by compliance, and as a result, we are making some modifications to those plans and activity requirements. Who recalls what the directive is on number of hours of professional development you need to complete each year? To remind you, all faculty are required to complete at least 6 hours of professional development per quarter, which totals at least 24 hours per calendar year. For faculty who are begin teaching after January 1st, the hours will be prorated based on 2 hours per month. Next slide. Oh, you've got it there. Great. The good news, when submitting activities and determining if you have met your FDP goal, we will no longer require a specific number of hours for your 2019 plan. Pause for applause. We will not require your 2019 FDP plans to be redone. We recognize that a lot of work has already been completed. Instead, we are tweaking the requirements to improve our compliance with ACCSC standards. We still require activities and documentation of those activities, showing that you have met your goal as stated in your 2019 plan. If you did state a specific number of hours, you may discuss revising it with your dean. One additional note of clarification. For your subject matter goals, you must complete at least one activity per subject area being taught for the year the plan covers. The goal does not need to change. However, additional activities and evidence may need to be submitted. For instance, if you are teaching in the School of Business and you teach management, marketing, and accounting, your subject matter goal needs to cover all three areas. So you need a separate activity to cover your one goal for each of the areas you're teaching. By contrast, if you're teaching in the School of Healthcare and teaching pharmacy classes and you teach multiple pharmacy classes, it's only one subject area. You need one activity to demonstrate your goal in your subject matter expertise. And the last thing that we're changing is we discovered that we were missing a few fields on our 2019 plan. So we have developed a second page that will capture the missing information not previously included. By May 17th, 2019, so next month, we need everyone to complete the top portion showing in red here of page 2 of the plan. And you'll find page 2 in the FDP 2019 FDP course at the bottom of the homepage. So go to the course, download the page 2 document, update the top fields, and then submit it. At the end of the year, you and your supervisor will complete the status of each goal, and then your supervisor will sign and date the plan. So this will be due in the beginning of 2020. All right, now moving on to outcomes. At the recent IU conference, many of the FPAs attended. The main message was outcomes, outcomes, outcomes. Metrics help us focus on the outcome of delivering education to our students and achieving benchmarks set by our accreditor. These help managers identify opportunities to coach, guide, and if necessary, replace staff. This program is being rolled out across the company. All campuses will be required to meet the outcomes set forth in this PD. Our mission includes the core tenet to graduate students who have enrolled and matriculated past our fall start deadline. We all have a part to play in serving our students to help them achieve their goals. In reviewing historical data, we can all reach these goals by helping 1 or 2 or 3 more students in each course. This is achievable. So let's look at the baseline. This is the Provost office. And so we're rolling this program out in Mod 4, and we've established the baselines that you see so that we know how we've performed so far. This sets a baseline, and improving on this baseline will require all our best efforts. Reports will be distributed to your deans that show metrics for IU as a whole, the deans and leads at the school level, FPAs based on student population, and for instructors by course. Baseline data from first of the year will be shared with you by your dean. These reports will help identify areas that we will require our focus. More will be coming from your deans at each school's breakout meeting. Submit any questions through your leadership. Part of tracking metrics includes using this data in management. Your manager's goal is to work with you to help you meet the outcomes. This will include creating action plans as required by the PD. The process shown here will be used as a guide. I'll turn the time over now to Todd, who will discuss some strategies in meeting these expectations.
So what does all of this mean to you as an instructor? Well, let's talk about it a little bit. Really, nothing is changing as far as our expectations of how you work with your students. We expect you to work with them to help them complete their courses and to help them develop mastery in the subject areas that you're going to be teaching. Nothing is also really changing as far as our expectations of outcomes as measured by completion and graduation. We're just watching them a little bit differently. So if nothing is changing as far as expectations, is anything changing? Well, maybe changing isn't the word that we should use. Maybe fine-tuning is a better word. And the things that will be fine-tuned are going to be our strategies and our tactics for helping our struggling students. For this conversation, strategy refers to things that are done mod over mod, and tactics are the things that you can do to have direct impact in the classes that you're teaching. Let's watch a quick video to start us on this conversation. Takes just a second for the video. There we go. All right.
What are you doing with all the starfish?
I'm throwing them back into the ocean.
Why?
Because if I don't, they'll never grow up.
Look at all of them. You can't possibly make a difference.
Made a difference for that one.
You know, our overall strategy might be called Operation Starfish. Everything sounds cooler when you give it a military-sounding title, doesn't it? Operation Starfish is really a continuation of the Help One More initiative that we talked about much of last year. Over the next mod and into the foreseeable future, please take time to let your dean know when you are working with students trying to save them. Especially let us know when you have successfully helped a student complete a course who might otherwise have failed. Well, this takes us then into our tactics. We need to get good at sharing ideas. We're looking at instituting a tools, techniques, and tactics corner. Oh my. TTT corner at each of our faculty meetings where we will try and share an idea that can help. Likely, we will be sharing some things that many of you are already doing. In that case, hopefully, we can help you think of a way to fine-tune or tweak that technique. If you aren't already using it, maybe we can give you something that can add to your process. Most of the things that we will be talking about shouldn't take long, maybe being completed in as little as 5 or 10 minutes. If you would like, you can even suggest something that we could use for the TTT corner, and maybe you'll be the one that presents that particular month. This month, the TTT is Phone Until Connected. Research shows and experience has verified that voice-to-voice connection can be powerful in helping our students, but it can be hard to get started. Maybe this idea can help strengthen you and target your efforts to the students that you're working with and help you be more effective in that process. In week 1, look at your students. Who's behind the curve? For those who are, maybe send them an email on Canvas or make a phone call. We're asking you to make one phone call to all of your students anyway, and use that phone call as the opportunity to ask for a current phone number. If they're connected there, that works really easy. If they're not connecting, you can ask if there's a place where they've been forwarded to. If you've sent out the email, maybe you'll get a new phone number through that method as well. After week 2, for those who are still behind the curve and who have replied, give them a call. It doesn't need to be long. It can be just enough to say, what would help you to pass this class so that you can make progress toward your goal of graduation and a new career? Maybe for that call, that message is all that you need to leave. If they reply, take a moment to follow up with them to direct them to the student support services that they require. After week 3, call until you get connected if they're still behind the curve, and then have a real conversation with them, talking about solutions that can help them complete the course. Sorry, I forgot to advance our slides. There we go. Remember, this isn't for everyone. Use this technique in engaging the ones who are on the fringe, the ones who are retaking the class, or the ones who are asking for help. And nothing says that you can't encourage students to work together. You don't even have to tell them why you want them to work together, but you can ask them to work together just the same. You can also direct them to all of the resources for times when you can't be there. We are introducing something that we're going to call the Order of the Starfish Saver. Da-da-da! Each mod, we will recognize instructors and FBAs who successfully save a student during the previous mod who would otherwise have failed without their intervention. This month, we'd like to recognize Jeff Knott and Shauna Cowan from the School of Business for their efforts. Nice job, guys. If you are curious about what they did or about how they did it, reach out to them, see if maybe they can give you some ideas. Moving forward, please share your Starfish success moments with your deans. We want to recognize all of you. And the more of us who become Starfish savers, the easier it will be for all of us to hit our outcomes. Ken is now going to take some time to talk to you about strategies to employ to ensure that you don't burn yourself out in your efforts to save our starfish. Ken, we'll turn it over to you.